I have to say, there's something quite liberating about doing this kind of genre, because like, I just felt like I was a bit feral for like...
What about you? Did you feel liberated and feral, or was it just like a... Well, you had Craven the Hunter experience.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'll start out with a few fun kind of icebreaker ones before we get into any like deep philosophical questions or anything like that. I know you're both fans of 28 Days Later, because I saw the screening last night. Okay. But do you have another favorite Danny Boyle film that comes to mind?
Yeah, Trainspotting.
Yeah, we were just speaking about Trainspotting.
Oh, do you know another one? The one that Alex Garland wrote but didn't, with Leo.
The beach.
Yeah, the beach. Someone just said
the beach. Of course, the beach.
The beach.
Oh my God.
And with Tilda Swinton and Robert Carlyle at the beginning. That movie when I was a kid, that like blew my mind.
Also makes me think of the All Saints music video.
Yeah, too. Great sort of sound. But also Danny was music. Music is like...
Yeah. He knows his music.
Yeah.
And it's always like a juxtaposition. Sometimes it's always like kind of... He's quite brilliant. It's just very brilliant. Does that in this as well.
I love sunshine personally. I'm always looking for it. It's not a common answer. So I'm just always seeking, you know. What's it like occupying a universe, since you're fans of 28 Days Later, decades later, being in something that you were a fan of? Like, is that a different kind of surreal feeling, or do you just read the script and you're just in it like you always are?
I was always reminding myself not to get too overwhelmed and wrapped up in the expectation that people have and the anticipation, you know, because it is so beloved, and you're like, you almost can't think about that too much. You just have to kind of focus on the work at hand and trust the process and trust the, you know, absolutely, God, you have so much trust in the people who are creating this. So it was just really cool to think of being a part of it in some way, you know, when it's already been so well established that you can kind of come in and have a little taste of it.
Absolutely, yeah. It did feel quite surreal, but also like kind of informed a bit about like my character in a way, because it was interesting because for like Jodie and I, like we were, you know, early teens when that movie came out. That event happened when we were kids. So you can kind of pull that into the story because you kind of remember it when it happened, if that makes any sense.
No, absolutely.
Like it's sort of like, you can use that.
I've read a lot about how, because you do have a son, Spike, in the film, Alfie Williams, and he's a newcomer, right? I don't know if it was his first set, and that the parental relationship on screen was kind of reflected on set in a way, and you kind of took him under your wing. And can you talk about that at all, or?
Yeah, I think we all felt a huge responsibility when you've got some, you know, it's one of his first movies, but also he's 13, and to have the stamina, he's in every scene, every shot, you know. So we felt like between Jodie, me, and Danny, we sort of felt like this paternal sort of relationship, but also mentoring him through like what making a movie's like and the stamina of it and different takes, getting different energy out and performances. And he is fantastic in this movie. And I think that's because, you know, he was very quick at learning off of everyone around him. And he really observed, and he brought his element to it. It was quite wonderful to see.
I was talking to Danny yesterday about, because he's done a lot of different genres. I mean, it's kind of wild. And the both of you have worked in a lot of different genres as well, but not like a ton of horror. I know Nosferatu, but is it different? Is it more fun? I mean, is it probably a different vibe on set, or is it, again, kind of irrelevant and you just look at your character and your motivations regardless of the world or the genre that you're in?
I have to say, there's something quite liberating about doing this kind of genre, because like, I just felt like I was a bit feral for like, you know what I mean? Like my hair was actually like backcombed. I was like covered, you know, like covered in all this mud. We had like those weird yellow teeth we had little teeth in, so our teeth kind of looked like older and
well, we didn't have any dental care for 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. No one owns a toothbrush. So, you know, and kind of running through the fields and screaming and like, I don't know, there was something quite freeing about that, I found. And terrifying as well when you're, you know, like you're being chased by 10 stunt performers through the forest. It's like,
you never trust those guys. So.
Yeah. They don't slow down. They're like Yeah.
What about you? Did you feel liberated and feral, or was it just like a? Well, you had Craven the Hunter experience.
Yeah, no,
He's had his fish.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think this genre is it's funny. I've been very fortunate to work with Eggers and now Danny Boyle in this, and so it's like, I mean, it's very elevated in this genre, but also the worlds in which our characters are in are very sort of real and authentic. So that kind of grounds it in a way. I'm enjoying this little,
the run,
run of this genre. So yeah, it's great.
Keep it up. And speaking of, I mean, I know you guys both worked with some incredible directors, Christopher Nolan and Robert Eggers and David Leitch and Kenneth Branagh and Jeff Nichols and Ridley Scott. Is it different every time? And is there a part of your brain that you have to push aside as a fan and admirer, and even with other castmates? Or is it just like, oh, I'm Jodie Comer and you just get to work, like...
No, I think I'm learning more and more. I don't know about you, but every experience is so different, and directors work in so many different ways. And actually, like, when you're kind of signing up for a project, you really are kind of giving yourself over to their vision, and I think it's important to kind of trust it and lean into it. Some directors feel more kind of character focused and really want to get into the weeds, and others seem more technical, and you having less creative conversations. And it's the same with actors as well. You work with many different actors who need different things, work in different ways. It's always changing, but I think that's what's actually really surprising about the job, is you never quite know what you're gonna.
Yeah, I think that's the exciting thing, and nerve-wracking as well.
Yeah.
But the blessing is to be able to work with many different filmmakers and ones that you love, and hope that you'll grow as an actor, but also that you want to facilitate their vision. And so when you're in that, you feel it's always going to be very different.
But I think as well, like working with someone like Danny, he's so confident, he's so intentional, that you feel like in the safest possible hands, which is really exciting, because then you feel like you can just let go and give your all to it. Yeah.
I can only imagine, after talking to him for a short period yesterday, I would ask him.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I would ask him a simple question and he would be so excited, and it would spawn all these other ideas. And I can imagine collaborating creatively with someone like that is rewarding. And I did meet Alex a little bit too. I was at a warfare event.
Right.
I was like near him, and he had like a kind of a scary energy, but
Alex is great. He definitely has like a presence. It's like quite alpha male, but actually is very intelligently articulate and very sensitive about. It's one that I actually really enjoy.
Well, we got 2 weeks. We had like 2 weeks in a rehearsal room, and Alex and Danny were there, so that was amazing, because we sat with Alex, read through every scene, got to understand, where these ideas came from, what he was maybe wanting from the moments, and that was amazing, wasn't it, to have that opportunity? Like you said before, you never really get it's very rare that you would get a rehearsal before a film, but I think because of the family dynamic and Alfie being younger and, him being new to it all, it was like...
chemistry test type stuff.
Yeah, Alex is definitely a filmmaker I'd want to work with for sure.
Yeah.
He's really interesting,
Yeah, he's cool. Like I said, I didn't spend much time with him. It was just like a party, and I was talking to Kaylee Spaney, who was so nice.
She's incredible,
and he just came up, and I don't know, it was just like the energy.
He was like, I need to protect her.
It's like, who's this guy? But it was cool. But thank you guys so much for talking to me. I'm so excited to see the rest of the movie. And I appreciate your time.
Thanks, my friend. Yeah, thanks.
Really good to see you.
Enjoy. You too. Take care.